first one, so just kind of bear with me. You're getting a bit of a side view. You're getting a whole different experience than the people getting streamed to everywhere else is getting. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope everybody enjoys everything. Because honestly, I'm enjoying this quite a bit myself. I know I've been putting out quite a bit of different live video content recently, which I have been really grateful for all the viewers that have come on and have witnessed what was going on, have interacted through the different chats and things available as well. I appreciate all of you, and I look forward to working with you all a whole lot more. I also want to give a big special shout out to my friend Angie, who is very suiting to the fact that she was my first guest to come and join me on Morning Coffee with Rob. Because if you have been following me for a while and you've seen my video series called Trail Tale, the very first ever episode of Trail Tale was actually about Angie as well. So having her as my very first guest on Morning Coffee with Rob was a blessing. It was really great, even though I apparently had a lot of technical difficulties this morning. I went back and checked everything. Everything seemed to actually work really, really well. All the technical difficulties with the audio ended up, which I unfortunately probably translated over to everyone else's side as well. If you were following along on Twitch or DLive or Periscope or Facebook. And I apologize for any problems I may have caused inadvertently myself with the audio issues that I thought were through the program itself that we were using, which was Get Vocal, and it actually had nothing to do with them. It literally all fell onto me and my my setup. So Get Vocal is still kicking a lot of butt, and I'm really enjoying it a whole lot. So I'm keep using it because it's a great way of recording video and also being able to remove the audio for the eventual podcast that is going to come up. Lisa, I know you are not a big fan of the idea of me having a podcast, but I think it still might happen because I kind of like talking. I'm sure you know that. So anyway, our episode tonight is going to be, it's about grudges and letting go of them and why you probably should be letting go of any and all grudges that you have and just kind of burying that hatchet, because really, what's it going to get you? Like, seriously, holding on to a grudge for any length of time, what is this really going to accomplish for you? Where are you going to be able to get it? Like, it's seriously not going to really get you anywhere. I know I kind of just discovered myself that I ended up with a nice grudge myself that I didn't really realize I was still carrying around, even though it's not really that far out. But I realized that they are not healthy, and the person I was holding a grudge against really didn't deserve it. At the time, maybe I thought she would be someone that kind of deserved it, but really it's not something that she really deserved me to have a grudge with. So this is something that I have decided to try and let go of more, is just trying to hold off that grudge. So I decided that once I have this grudge taken care of out of myself, I'd probably be able to express a little bit more about how grudges aren't as good for you or as healthy as you would think they are. I know a lot of people hold on to a lot of grudges, and seriously, it's kind of like that saying, I can't remember exactly how it goes. If you drink the poison expecting it to kill someone else, that's kind of what the grudge is going to do to you. You're going to be drinking the poison expecting it to kill someone else, when really all it's doing is poisoning yourself and making you see the world in a nice little negative kind of way, which isn't very good either. So if you can get past that whole idea of the grudge, then you won't have to worry about the ongoing effects of anything that may be causing you to have possible anxiety and different ways of probably just emotional issues as well that may come up out of having this grudge, especially if it's just to somebody who might be not really worth having a grudge for, I guess would be kind of the word I'd be looking for there, but not quite that. If you're holding the grudge, you got to kind of look at it as something that maybe, did they do something to you, or is it just something that you just maybe just don't jive quite well together. I'm not really sure what it would completely be. However, it is something that might be worth your kind of look at to see if it's something that maybe you could have resolved through just kind of some introspection and just kind of looking at it going, what's going on with them? What's going on with you? Like, why is this happening? And just kind of holding back the idea that a grudge might be forming. Now, I'm not saying if it's like a healthy competition where it's just like friendly, it's like, hey, a little banter here and there to kind of motivate you and kind of keep you going and have you a little bit more competitive with somebody towards a goal that each of you might have. That's something kind of completely different. Whereas a grudge would be like somebody kind of did something to you and you just kind of hold on to that negative aspect and just kind of don't work with it properly. And it just kind of builds up and festers within you until you just can't let it go. And you start getting more grudges and you start having more anger and more hatred towards others because you're starting to feel more and more people are doing you wrong, even though other people are probably not doing you wrong at all. So that's kind of what I would look at, trying to just let go of that grudge, because really it is just poisoning you, poisoning yourself, poisoning your soul, and just not letting you keep going and moving forward on your own. That's kind of my view on the whole idea of a grudge and letting go of the grudge. So I hope you might find some of that kind of useful. I know it's not a very long topic to be talking about. It's just something, like I said, I kind of realized from last week to this week that I do have some grudges that I am holding, and I probably should not be holding on to them. As a matter of fact, I really should not be holding on to them because it's not something that has been really beneficial to me. I kind of realized that holding these grudges are going against my values and my core beliefs, that it's just not something that is sitting well with me, because I found that I was holding on to this towards some people and I started talking negatively about them, and I was like, and I started feeling I felt bad after. And I was like, okay, well, this isn't sitting with me correctly. So what is going on here? And I kind of realized what was happening. I was just holding on to this aspect of something that, in a way that they had treated me back in the past. And I was just like, okay, well, this isn't good. So what can I do to remove this out of my life? And I just realized, you know what, they were handling a situation at that time that they probably were only best equipped with what they had to be able to deal with that situation, which might have been a bit of a negative impact on myself at the time. But looking back at it, it was the only way they could probably really deal with whatever was going on with them. So I decided that, you know what, that's fine. It can be let go. I don't need to hold on to that baggage anymore, because that's just not suiting me and it's not doing anything to them. They really have no idea. So I've decided that that is not something that is going to hold me back anymore. And I'm just going to let those kinds of things go. So that way I am not poisoning myself with negative feelings towards other people that just don't deserve it. Especially considering, I'm putting all that thought into it, even though I'm not thinking about it very frequently. And they probably haven't thought about me since. So where is this benefiting me? It's not affecting them in any fashion. It's just affecting me in some sort of fashion. So it's nothing that I want to hold on to. So I have decided to let it all go. That's kind of where my story is at. I'm not Interesting. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of the chat stuff here, and someone's just spamming the chat. So yeah. So we will just stop them from being able to chat, because they're just sending a whole bunch of useless junk back and forth, unfortunately. So that's been stopped, and now I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's kind of how I'm taking care of some of that one. I'm not So that's kind of my episode for today. I know it's a little bit short. I just can't think of anything else to really say about the whole thing. It's kind of just a way of me kind of just saying a few things and kind of getting off a little bit of my chest and getting through a few different things. Interesting. You get all kinds of silly things on the internet. And that's something else that you got to look at too. It's like when people are doing things to you, is it really to you, or is it kind of for you and kind of a weird roundabout that they're doing that you're supposed to grow from and grow out of? Or are you just going to sit there and be like, hey, no, that's not the way it's going to work? Or are you just going to let it kind of fester on you and let random people kind of control what you're looking at and doing? It's just the way it kind of is. You just got to let people do what people do and just do what you do and just don't hold any hard feelings to it. If they haven't really done you a real severe wrong, why hold on to it? So if you are enjoying what you are seeing and enjoying talking to me and enjoying interacting and seeing what's going on, I would definitely appreciate some likes, some shares. That would be fantastic. Like I said, this is kind of a shorter episode. It's been a bit of a long week, so I just decided to kind of quickly pull this one together. It's also a way of kind of building some habit stuff for myself as well to stream out a little bit more as well. So if you do like what you're seeing, liking what you're hearing, liking myself, which would be kind of awesome. I don't mind if you don't like me. That's totally fine. You can always support me through Patreon. You can hit the link, whether it's above or below. Just it says probably patreon.com/Eldorado, or you can donate at streamlabs.com/Eldorado as well. And that would be fantastic if I got some support from you. If not, it's totally cool. Even a like or a share would be perfectly awesome as well. Yeah, that's kind of where I have to offer for you for tonight. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I look forward to serving you more. I look forward to interacting with you more. And I hope you're having a great night. I will talk to you all later. Enjoy yourselves, and I will see you later. Adios.